Back on January 1st of 2024, I started investing $5 a day into Vanguard's VOO, and I did that for several reasons. The first was just to show people you don't need a lot of money to get started with investing in the market. And then secondly, I was genuinely curious. Could investing small amounts of money on every single day really make an impact? Will it help you build wealth? Will it even move the needle? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on my entire portfolio that I have built since January 1st of 2024. Now, it's been 854 days since that time. Yes, I actually kept track of how many days it's been since I started this investment challenge. And if you've watched any of my previous daily investment updates, you know we don't worry about investing on the weekends or holidays when the markets are closed. So even though it's been 854 days, we have been investing every single day for 584 trading days. When I first started this investment challenge, I really didn't have any goals in mind other than just showing people how to invest and helping people to build that investment habit. But since that time, I have defined a few of the things that I want to see here, especially since I've added 3 additional index funds since I started this and 1 cryptocurrency. So we have a total of 5 investments in this portfolio. And I'm also looking at $100,000 in total portfolio value as being the ultimate goal. And I selected that number because your first $100,000 is by far the hardest amount of money for you to accumulate in your wealth building journey. It's much harder to go from 0 to 100,000 than it is for 100,000 to $1 million. And when I used to hear people say that, I'd be like, man, that's not true. But it absolutely is, because the things that you learn along the way, when you start out at 0 and you finally hit that $100,000 mark, you've learned so much along the way. And then once you hit that mark, you got compounding interest on your side, as well as the knowledge that it took to get there. And it accelerates at a much faster pace. Now we're going to take a look at my Webull account. My Bitcoin is held in Robinhood, so I'll be adding that to my total value here. So as you can see, total net account value, $12,163.95. I have an open P&L of $1,907.70, and I'm up 18.77%. So since January 1st of 2024, I'm up almost 19%. Now, look, you could take a look at that 19% versus what I would have had if I would have just left it in a high yield savings account. I may have got about 2 to 3% worth of interest versus almost 19% by having my money invested in the market. Now we take a look at the market value of this account, $12,073.80. Total cash balance, which is just money in my account that's waiting to be invested, $90.15. If you look to the bottom here, you'll see that I have a total of 4 positions in my account with Webull. Now, the very first one there, VTI, that gives me exposure to the entire US stock market. And I have a total market value, $437.08. Right beside that, you'll see the orange DRIP box, and that means that I am invested in the dividend reinvestment program. It's free to turn that on, and what that essentially is that any dividend that's paid out is automatically reinvested back into my position, and I don't take that as a cash play and move that out of my account. Just reinvest it. And then I'm up 5.35% in this investment. Now, this is the brand new $5 a day investment challenge that I started back on January 1st of 2026. So if you haven't started investing in the market and you want to jump in to a investment challenge that is only about 4 months old, that's the one that you can jump into. And then right below that, VGT, $3,617.70, and I'm up 23.21%. So almost 24% in my investment in VGT. I like VGT because it is an aggressive growth fund that focuses on technology-based companies. And then right below that, we've got SCHD, $4,384.76, and I'm up about 14% in that investment. SCHD is my dividend play, so it invests in dividend-paying companies, and a lot of the value that I've got from this investment has been by way of dividends. And then, of course, VOO at the bottom, where everything started, $3,634.26, and I'm up 22.32% in that investment. And as you know, that tracks the S&P 500. So as of right now, I'm investing $5 a day into VTI. I'm investing $10 a day into VGT, $10 a day into SCHD, and $5 a day in VOO. Now, if I flip over to my investment account in Robinhood, you can see I have a total value in Bitcoin, $1,746, which brings the total value of my portfolio, which is Webull and Robinhood, $13,909. And I invest $10 a day, every single day in Bitcoin. Although I never previously had an overall goal of what I wanted this portfolio to end up looking like, I have talked about milestones that I wanted to hit in this portfolio along the way. $5,000 was the first. We did hit that one. 10,000 was the next one. We did hit that one. So right now I'm looking at 15,000, then 20, and then 25. So as of right now, I'm probably going to be looking at this in $5,000 increments, and we'll keep updating you guys along the way. All right, so now we're just taking a look at another view of my portfolio and how it's grown over time. As you can see, I opened this account back on January 1st of 2022. I didn't put any money in it, had it open. And then over time, I've added money to it, and you could see that it start to increase to where it is today. Now we're gonna take a look at the P&L overview of my account. Now this number includes any dividends that I've received that have been reinvested back into my position. So right now, the P&L, $2,071.81. The overall P&L percentage, 20.52%. So I'm liking that a lot. That takes my overall return since January 1st of 2024 to over 20% return on my investment. Now the SPX number, which is also the S&P 500, shows 51.58%, and that looks amazing. But one thing you have to remember is that Webull uses the money weighted rate of return for their percentages. If you don't know what that is, I'll put that on the screen so you can understand what that is. On my individual update videos, I never talk about the overall percentage that Webull shows because the money weighted rate of return actually skews it a bit, and I believe that it makes things a little bit more confusing, which is why when I see the 51.58%, I don't really think too much of it because of the way that they calculate it. If we take a look at the trend analysis below here for the P&L, we could just see that how my account has moved with the market. Of course, you see that big major pullback in the red there, and then the other pullback a little bit closer to the right of the screen there. But other than those dips in my portfolio, we've seen it just continue to move up every single day. And then right below that, you'll see that my realized P&L and my dividend both are the same, $166.92. That's the amount of dividends that I've received in this portfolio since January 1st of 2024. And again, I don't take that as income. I just have that reinvested right back into my positions. And a majority of that is from SCHD. All right, that is the total view of my entire portfolio that I start building out here right on this channel. Guys, I wanted to be as transparent as possible, show you exactly how my portfolio is performing, showing you the consistency of investing over a long period of time in the hopes that you actually start investing and working on building out your first $100,000 portfolio, which will catapult your wealth to heights that you've never thought could be possible. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Are you guys investing? Have you started investing? And if so, what are you investing in and how is your portfolio performing?